Welcome back to Pre-Algebra Chapter 4, Section 4 in this book. And we're going to talk today about least common multiple. Now remember, what makes math hard is not the math, it's the words. And one of the problems is least common multiple and greatest common factor are too much alike, especially when we call this one GCF and that one LCM because we're the cool kids, right? So greatest common factor, you make the big U's, and then you go down them from take the smaller one, go down it, go down the U from the biggest, of the smaller one, you take its biggest factor and see if it's in the list of the bigger number until you find one in common. And that's the greatest common factor. So you start with the big U, okay? Least common multiple, you don't. That's not surprising because it's named something else. So I'm going to erase GCF since we're not talking about him. Alright, so this is how you do least common multiple. The multiples of something is if you skip count it, how you do the multiplications with skip counting. For example, you know, you've all done 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Miss Lisa. Woo, Miss Lisa. Okay, so that's skip counting, 2, 4, 6, 8. We can do the threes. 3, 6, 9. 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. One more time. 3, 6, 9. Okay, maybe not one more time. Okay, so that's skip counting. Going through the multiplication, just saying the things. So you need to skip count to do this. If you can't skip count, you could do it on your calculator. It'd be less fun than singing the 3 skip count song. I have songs for all of them. I won't sing them right now. Alright, and somehow you're not surprised, are you? Okay, so you have two numbers. We want to know what is the least common multiple. Your first question you ask yourself, does the little number go into the big one? If it does, the answer is the big one. If we had 4 and 8, does 4 go into 8? Yes, it does. So the least common multiple is 8. You're done. Okay, so let's do it. Does 8 go into 12? No. So if the answer is no, you skip count by the big one. So 12, the next one is 24. Does 8 go into 24? Yes, it does. The 12 song is, it started with a 0, 12, 24, 36. 48, 60, 72, 84. Okay, I'll quit singing. Alright, next, let's try this one. Does 16 go into 24? No. If it did, it'd be 24. So we're going to skip count by 24. 24, 48, yay! 16 goes into 48, it's the answer. If you didn't know that, you check it on your calculator. This is 2020, we're embracing the calculator. Alright, so let's try this one. Does 20 go into 25? No. So we're going to skip count by 25s, and for this one I have a hand motion. So it's 25, 50, 75, $1, 125, 150, 175, $2, because it's money. If you're counting 25s, you're counting quarters, right? Alright, so let's do it again. 25, 50, 75, $1. $1 is 100 pennies. And 20 goes into 100 5 times. So 100 is it. Okay, what about this? You do it the same way. Does 9 go into 15? No. Let's count by 15s. 15 twice is 30. No. 15 3 times is 45. Ding, ding, ding. Because 9 times 5 is 45. Then with the letters, you find the one with the biggest exponent and write it down. So it's the opposite of what we did with the greatest common factor, where we found the littlest exponent. With the least common multiple, we find the biggest exponent. Not hard. But I still think what makes it hard is the words and not the math. Alright, so one of the things you're asked to do in pre-algebra is to say which fraction is bigger. And back in the 80s, in my day, we would have to by hand reduce fractions. But this is 2020 and we are embracing and loving our calculators. So we are not going to do this the way the book says. We're going to do it 2020 style. Oh yeah, we are. Okay, so, and that was a 70s dance to celebrate the 2020 style. Okay, so what you do, they want to know which of these fractions is bigger. And remember, this is the sign, this is our sign, greater than, less than, and equal to. And the mouth, it is Pac-Man's mouth, and he is going to want to eat whichever one's bigger. Okay? How you do this is you just do it on your calculator. Do 45,000 divided by 144,000, enter, and that's what you'll get. Now do this one. 56,000 divided by 160,000, hit enter, and that's what you get. But which of these is bigger? It's a little hard to tell, so we need to do something called augmenting zeros. That sounds fancy. It just means that if I have 4 places here, I need 4 here, and I can make it that way with zeros. Now I can look at these and can tell easier which one's bigger. Because if this is 3,125 and this is 3,500, we can tell that one is bigger. So Pac-Man wants to eat that one. While he eats the ghost. Okay. The next thing that is a very pre-algebra thing to do is they will give you a bunch of confusing fractions and tell you to put them in order from greatest to least or least to greatest, something like that. And back in the day, in the 80s, when I did this, we'd have to by hand figure this all out. Nope, you're going to use your calculator. So, like for this one, you just write down the whole number. Then on your calculator, do 4 divided by 15, and you get 2.6 repeating. How you show repeating is you draw a bar on top of it. Then the next one, it comes out, 33 divided by 10 is 3.3. And 19 divided by 6 is 3.16 with 6 repeating. Now, to compare them, we need them to all have the same number of places, and this only has 1, so we're going to augment a 0, add a 0, and now we can compare them better. We want the greatest, and the greatest is 330, because 30 is bigger than 26 and 16, so we're going to write it down first. But what they want us to do usually is write it in this form. So we're going to write 33 divided by 10 first and mark it out. And mark that out. Now we're going to look. Is 26 or 16 bigger? 26 is bigger. So that one comes next and we write it this way. 4 over 15, mark them out. And then the last, the least, is this one, 316. But they want us to write it in this form, 19 over 6. And that is a classic pre-algebra problem. They have loved it since I did it, and they still love it. So that's definitely, you know, sometimes I'll tell you, this is really an Algebra 1 thing. This is really a pre-algebra thing, right there. All of this whole board is very much a pre-algebra thing. All right? So not bad. Probably you've learned this before. Probably didn't understand it too good before. Hopefully it's starting to settle in and make more sense now. All right? Math is great. See you next time.